Okay, so we're recording now, and as always, we record these workshops for you, with the goal being is that you can, review the presentations at your convenience. If there's some content that you'd like to review, if something was maybe presented a little bit fast, you can go back and make it easier for you to review that. So let me go ahead and lower everybody's hands. And next question for you folks. How many of you have had the opportunity to already download the Mortgage Coach and RateWatch apps to your mobile device? How many of you have already done that? And let me bring up my mobile here so that you can see what I'm talking about. These are the two apps that you're going to want to have access to on your phone here, the Mortgage Coach and the RateWatch apps here. Okay, let's see how many hands we've got up. Okay, there's quite a few people in our workshop today. And good, there's some more hands coming up, but I'm a little bit surprised that we don't have more people that have downloaded the app. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to give you an overview of what the Mortgage Coach presentation looks like when your borrower accesses it from their mobile phone. And you may recall your borrowers can view your Mortgage Coach presentations from a variety of different pieces of technology, their computer, their tablet, and their mobile phone. So while they're out shopping, looking for homes, they could be viewing your Mortgage Coach presentation to help them see what their monthly payment would look like. And they may call you and ask you to revise some of those numbers when they found that dream home. So it's important that you get the app downloaded to your mobile device as soon as possible. What I'd like to do is give you an opportunity to do it right now. Hopefully you folks have a good connection to the internet and can download both the apps, the priority being the Mortgage Coach app. So if you haven't downloaded that yet, please go ahead, multitask, watch the webinar, and download that app right now. So if you're going to, if you're an Apple user, you'll go to the App Store. If you're an Android user, of course, you go to the Google Play Store. The app is completely free. It's not going to cost you anything to download. And I'm going to be showing you how to log in here in just a few moments. But I'm going to give you an overview of what it looks like, what the borrower's view looks like when they receive your Mortgage Coach presentation on their mobile device. Okay, so let's go ahead and discuss the Mortgage Coach app right now. And go ahead and lower everybody's hands. There we go. So let me give you a sample presentation, a view of what a sample presentation looks like here from the borrower's view. Because again, they could be out shopping, out and about, give you a call, and it could be on the weekend, and they could say, well, you know what, I need some help with the numbers. We found a home, here's the property address. This is what the price is. Can you help us out with what our payment would look like? So easy way to make that happen for you. So let me go ahead and expand this, share it real quick with you. And for those of you that have not downloaded the app, please go ahead and multitask. Download the Mortgage Coach app, that's priority, and then the RateWatch app after that. So we'll talk about those two apps in this particular workshop. So when your borrower first clicks on the presentation on their mobile device, they don't have to download the app in order to view the content of your Mortgage Coach presentation. So I want to make sure that you understand that, because often in today's day and age, borrowers are required to download a lot of things, and there's a little bit of a hesitation factor sometimes. They don't have to do that in order to view your presentation, your Mortgage Coach presentation. Now, when they first click on it, one of the things that they could see is you can attach a video to each and every one of these presentations as well. And when they first open it up, they'll get the standard disclosure language, but you can see it's going to have the Fulton Mortgage Company branding, but it's also going to have your personal branding. So if you have not done that yet, that was one of the first things that we wanted to have you accomplish in the first workshop, is make sure you get your personal branding into your Mortgage Coach account. And if you have any difficulty with that, use our support team. Don't waste your time. Send your headshot to our support team. Ask them to go ahead and place that headshot into your mortgage coach account, and they'll be happy to do that for you. If you want to attempt it yourself, by all means, go right ahead. What you're going to do is you're going to go into the mortgage coach advice engine. This is the home screen. You'll go to the settings, and then this is where you would upload. Here's your contact info, and here's the images tab. This is where you would upload your image so that it appears, your personal branding appears on each of your mortgage coach presentations that you see here. So when you look at the presentation, in the top right-hand corner, summary. If you look up the summary area here, top right-hand corner, this is where your borrower is going to be able to get a side-by-side comparison of the different product options that you feel are the best fit for their financing needs to help them achieve that goal. So if you take a look, you can see the interest rate, purchase price, down payment amount, monthly payment, and the required cash to close. So they're going to be able to get that side-by-side comparison right on their mobile device and be able to see all the details that you typically talk to them about on a daily basis. Payment breakdown. When they click on the payment breakdown here, they're going to be able to see how different portions of the payment are allocated. Like here's your principal and interest, property taxes, hazard insurance, and mortgage insurance. There's an opportunity for you to educate your borrowers if there's a distinct advantage between one particular product versus another that could potentially help them achieve a lower total cost over the time that they're going to be in there. It might be mortgage insurance. As a mortgage professional, knowing your products, you're going to be able to use your mortgage coach presentation to key in on those details to help them understand the benefits of one product versus another. Of course, closing costs, they're going to be curious about closing costs. They're going to be able to see the fees broken down as a grouping. And then, of course, you folks there are using fee templates, and they can click on the fee detail button and get a line itemization of all the different costs that are associated with each product option. Okay, now going all the way back, you take a look, you could see the monthly payment difference. Some borrowers, that's all they're concerned with. They want to see which product option will provide them with the lowest monthly payment. So they'll be able to see that in a graphic format here. That's why the bar graph is so big on that FHA product, because that's the product that has the lower monthly payment. Okay. Second, sorry. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and go back. The longer term analysis areas, short term and long term, that's where you really want to utilize those particular areas to paint a bigger picture for your client. Remember, you can adjust those time horizons. Like if you look on the bottom right-hand corner, long-term interest in MI, the default position is 15 years. So you want to make sure that you're asking your borrowers how long they see themselves being in that particular house, so you can help them make the best selection for the mortgage that will save them the most amount of money while they're in that house. Which product option will provide them with the greatest savings or the lowest total cost? So you want to make sure, ask those questions of your clients, make the appropriate adjustments in your mortgage coach presentation so that they'll be able to see all that information right at their fingertips. Okay, so that is what the borrower will see when they open up your presentation on their mobile device. And you want to make yourself familiar with the different areas in the presentation so that you can help guide them to the information that they're looking for. All right, so now's the time for you folks to go ahead and grab your mobile device, and I'm going to have you complete a couple exercises with me so that you become familiar with how to utilize the app on your mobile device. So with the show of hands, I remember how many we initially had. Hopefully we have more hands now that have already downloaded the Mortgage Coach app. So if you could please raise your hand now So I have a better idea as to how we're going. All right, good. Our numbers are creasing up. You guys are good at multitasking. Awesome. A lot more people. Good job, guys. Okay. So let me, and they keep going up. Good. And if you haven't downloaded it already, go ahead and keep working on it. Go ahead and keep working on it. There's still time for you to be able to participate in the workshop now. And like I've always said, you're going to get more out of it by, putting on the pads, getting in the game, rather than sitting on the sideline. I guess I should say we're in basketball season now. Stepping on the court and participating in the game rather than sitting on the bench. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and lower those hands now. Okay, so if you take a look, again, here's the two apps, Mortgage Coach and RateWatch. So let's go ahead now and show you how to log in. If you haven't already done so, we'll take you step by step how to get there. You're going to click on the Mortgage Coach app, and that's going to take you to this particular page. A couple key things I'll point out here. You can see a sample presentation from our president, Joe Couture. Up here in the top right-hand corner, you might notice the verbiage Leer en Español. If you're working with a Spanish-speaking borrower, you might want to point that out because it may be more convenient for them to be able to view the presentation in Spanish. And all I have to do is click on it, takes all the English and translates it into business Spanish for them. Now you might be still going, okay, well, where do I log in? Scratching your head, where do I put my credentials in? If you come over here to the left, you'll see that silhouette underneath my signal strength indicator. Go ahead and click on that silhouette, and then this is where you're going to enter your Mortgage Coach credentials, the exact same ones that you utilize to access Mortgage Coach from the browser, the same ones that you're going to be utilizing to access RateWatch as well. So go ahead and enter your credentials and click on the sign in button. And you notice at the bottom there is a quick link. If you've forgotten what your password is, you can click on that and then we can get that reset for you real quick. So go ahead and click on the sign in button and that'll take you to the Mortgage Coach advice engine on the mobile app. So it looks a little bit different than the browser version, right? But all the same content is still there for you with a couple other features that are going to be real handy for you. So right off the bat, if you look up here in the views today and number of reports, that's going to give you a quick snapshot of what type of activity that you're getting with your Mortgage Coach presentations. So you're going to see how many people have viewed your presentation today and the number of reports that have been viewed. So it's a good way for you to get a snapshot. You're sending presentations out. What type of return am I getting by doing that? The other thing that I'd like to point out is if you ever need to log out, there is another silhouette up here in the top right-hand corner. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to show you what you could do there. So looking at this, you'll notice that, of course, you can log out, but also see right here where it says camera and album prompt. And you'll notice that I've got the dial button there in camera mode now, and then now I've got it in album prompt. That, by sliding it over and moving it to album prompt, can be helpful for you if you wish to include a video to your Mortgage Coach presentation that you may have already stored on your mobile device. So if you have a video, say and to help you kind of connect the dots, let's say you're using Mortgage Coach for a marketing presentation. You don't know exactly who is going to be like the specific person that's going to be viewing it, and you're using it as a marketing presentation. So you want to record a general message and attach it to that general presentation. That's why you would use the album prompt rather than recording a specific video to a particular individual by using the camera mode. So if you want to utilize that particular feature, then make sure you slide it to the album prompt position. I'm going to go ahead and go back now. And what I'd like for you to do is you can see the partner area, the client area, and performance. What I'd like for you to do is click on the client area. And you should see all the presentations, all the borrowers that you have in your Mortgage Coach account. in your database will be appearing here. And you could scroll through the list as I'm doing now to locate a particular presentation. But there's a faster way of doing it, right? It's all about working smarter, not harder. So what I'd like for you to do, and I should confirm with a show of hands, how many of you now have successfully logged into the Mortgage Coach app? Can you please raise your hand? So your screen on your phone should be looking exactly like what you see here. Excellent. Got a lot of hands up. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Okay, let me go ahead and lower those hands. So we're going to click on Clients now. And then what I want you to do is I want you to click on Search. You can see the search button there. Go ahead and click on Search. And what we're going to do is we're going to search for that presentation that we've used many times. And that's going to be the FHA versus conventional presentation. So I typed in FHA. You can see that you could do a search by 3 pieces of data, either first name, last name, or email. All you have to do is type in FHA and then hit the search button. Now in this particular account, I've got several presentations, or 2 variations of the FHA versus conventional. I'm going to click on the one that we used recently. So once I click on that, what it does is it brings me to this next page, which basically is opening up the presentation. And I want to stop here for a second. So when you look at this particular page, I want to draw your attention to several things that you could do and what we're actually going to have you do as an exercise during our workshop today. So what you're going to want to do is notice that if you need to edit a client presentation, you could do it from your mobile device. If you need to add an analysis to that particular borrower's folder, you could do it. You could copy the analysis. And if you look up here underneath the battery signal or the battery indicator up there, you'll see the word new. So you could actually build a Mortgage Coach presentation right from your mobile device if you wanted to, from scratch. And some people, they use their phone for everything, and that's what they do. I guess I'm a little bit old school. I use the computer more, but you could do it right from your mobile device. So let's go ahead now and click on the total cost analysis button. And then when you click on that, you can see that there are 3 things that this page will allow you to do. Of course, you could view the presentation, add a video. You could do that live reporting, which is the highlighting. And you can also send your presentation from your mobile device. And one of the benefits of using your mobile device to send the presentation is that you can actually text it to somebody. Many of you now may have an initial conversation or 2 with a client, and then you find yourself potentially texting them. So why not deliver the presentation to them via text if that's more convenient for them, right? So what I'd like you to do now is let's have a little bit of fun. Let's go ahead and record a video to that FHA versus conventional presentation. So click on video. And when you do that, it should take you and put you right into selfie mode. Your phone should go right into selfie mode, and you might be prompted with 2 questions. One, asking you to allow the Mortgage Coach app to access your camera, and the other one potentially to ask to store data on your phone. So please click yes to both of those. And once you do that, it should take you and put you right into selfie mode. So you should be seeing yourself, and you might be asking yourself, well, why is your screen different than, how come your screen didn't go into selfie mode? And that's because I've already recorded a video to this presentation. And what I wanted to point out is that when you record a video, I'm going to go ahead and click on replace and re-record. You're going to make a mistake at some point, right? You're going to say something maybe that you didn't intend to, maybe somebody walks by, something happens, and you need to get rid of that video. Well, I want to show you that you can replace and re-record right over the top of it, or delete the video by hitting on the trash can. But I'm going to go ahead and click replace and re-record. And you can see when I click on that, because I activated that album prompt, it's asking me, do I want to add a video from my mobile device? If I did, I would click on album, or do I want to go ahead and record using my camera? I'm going to click on camera, and there we go. One of the benefits of utilizing your mobile device is that, see how easy it is to get it positioned just where you want it? I'm going to go ahead and hit the red button, And you can see up at the top there now, it's recording. So go ahead and do the same thing, record a simple message, you know, enjoying the mobile mastermind call, learning how to utilize my mobile device, going to record a video with each of my mortgage coach presentations so my borrower makes that connection with me. Just something fun. But you can see the benefit is that you can get the camera angle exactly as you wish it to be. You can get the background the way that you want it to be. Oftentimes I'll look at videos and I'll see something like this where, you know, all you see is the originator's head and a lot of ceiling tiles and lights. You want to get it positioned so it's almost like they're in your office having a face-to-face conversation with you. And the purpose of the video is to allow your borrower to make that connection with you. Short and sweet too. Typically videos, 2 minutes or less. You can record a long one, but what you really want to do is you want to, and you can see I'm clicking on use video, so it's going to be uploaded to the presentation. But you want to use that video as a way of having a call to action for your client. They make the connection with you. You tell them to review some key areas within the mortgage coach presentation, and then call you to go over the presentation in greater detail. So it's a way for them to make that connection, but also have a call to action so that you can reach out to them, get them on the phone, review the presentation in greater detail, and then get their commitment. Okay, so that video has now been attached to that presentation. You just click upload, got the confirmation that's been uploaded. So now what I'd like to do is, if you go ahead and click on FHA versus conventional once again. So I've clicked on that again, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the total cost analysis once again. And then we're going to use a couple of the other features on this very same page. So are we all together? Everybody okay? Go ahead and raise your hand if we're back here now. We've recorded a video. We're back on this particular page. Okay, there was less hands that time. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna back up here. I'm gonna go all the way back here to the beginning because I don't want to lose anybody. So if you can't find that presentation again, all you have to do is go all the way back to, this is your home page, click clients, and most likely it's going to be right up here at the top of your list because it always shuffles the most recently touched presentation all the way up to the top of the list there. So now you can go ahead and click on FHA versus conventional, click on the total cost analysis again. You recorded a video. Now what I want you to do is I want you to send me the presentation. And for you Apple users, let me go ahead and lower the hands. How many Apple users do we have in the audience? Quite a few. Yeah, okay. a lot of Apple users, okay. All right, so I'll point out the differences between the two. So Apple users, you'll have an icon, this rectangle with the arrow going up in the top right-hand corner, where the Android users will have a different icon right about here. It's 3 dots connected by 2 lines. So whichever icon that you have, please go ahead and click on that now. Apple users, you'll have 2 choices, email or SMS. And you can see the hyperlink here. It's going to take that hyperlink and put it into the body of your text message that you're going to be sending out. Android users, you'll have a few additional ways to share your presentation. I think it's messaging and email. But let's go ahead now, and I want you to deliver that presentation to me here at Mortgage Coach via text. So I'm going to click on SMS as an Apple device. Android, you click on messaging. And the number that I want you to send that presentation to is 949-614-8250. Please go ahead and send that presentation to me now. And when you've done that, wow, you guys are fast. They're coming in quick. When you've done it, please raise your hand just so I know to expect. You guys are good. Let's see if we can keep getting some more in here. Maybe I should turn my volume down a little bit too. That's really chiming there. Okay, well, while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna take a quick sip of water here. You guys are doing good. We're getting a lot coming in. I love it. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly choose some of that were sent over, and we'll take a look at the presentation. So this person was very, very quick. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got to see who the fastest in the group was. So let me go ahead and click on that. And the fastest on the trigger, so it comes up here, Pam Goldsboro. Good job, Pam. You were the quickest on the trigger there. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to bring up a couple more. And again, I'm just randomly choosing them. I'll pick on, or I'm not picking on anybody, I should say. I'm just kind of randomly choosing some. I'm going to pick a couple other ones here. Try and get about 4 of them in there, 4 or 5. Okay, and let's see what we've got here. Okay, so I've got about 4 or 5 in there. All right, so here's Sherry. Sherry, it looks like you are, wow. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the disclosure here. Looks like you're in the process. This looks like this is impressive. It's, oh my gosh, look at this. So Sherry's created a fee template, or not a fee template, a strategy template, looks like. And wow, she's created it for different MI. Wow, this is impressive. I'm really glad to see that. That's awesome. So all she needs to do is she needs to just put in the data when she meets her client. That's a great way to save a lot of time. Okay, here's Kimberly. Kimberly recorded a video. Kimberly, awesome. All right, you stepped up and you included a video. A lot of people don't send it their first time over, but hey, you got that under your belt now. Excellent. And then you can also, you learn something each time that you record a video too, because if you take a look, see how the light is? You want to think about how the light is as well when you're doing it, because all the light's in the background, and you can see it. Okay. All right, let's see if we got a couple here. We got Marlene, excuse me, Marlene. There you go. Good job with the video. Awesome. I love it. Thumbs up. Awesome. And then here's Pam. Okay, no video, Pam. Okay, so if you take a look here too, Pam, one of the things that you're going to want to do is you want to get your branding into your account too, your headshot in here. So let's see, Marlene also, Kimberly, you've got it, good job. And then Sherry, you've got it in there. Okay, good. So you've got your branding in there. Sherry, I really love that strategy template that you've got set up there. Awesome. Okay. So what are some of the things that you could do, from your mobile device? How can you serve your clients? Because again, you folks have lives. You're going to be out and about, and you'll get a text or you'll get a call from your borrower, and they want something from you on your mortgage coach presentation, and you don't have a computer handy. That's how you can rely upon the app to help you out. So let me do a little housekeeping here. Let me get all the hands down. Okay, and let me bring up my app, and we're going to see how good our volunteers are with doing different things here. Just like what we did in the first workshop, I'm going to show you how to use the live reporting, highlighting key areas, and then I'm also going to show you how to edit areas within the presentation. So let me go ahead and you can see where my screen is at now. I've just left off here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on the cancel. So I'm not going to send it. You can go ahead and do the same. And once I click on cancel, it brings me right back to this page right here. And what I'd like you folks to do is click on live reporting, just so you can see what happens. Because before, when you did that from the browser, what it did, it would pop up a whole new screen, and then you'd be able to see where you could highlight areas within the presentation from the browser. Same thing here, but a little bit different, because here, let's take a look. So I'm going to go to live reporting. And if you take a look, so you've got the presentation there. And if you click on the summary area here, this is where you're going to be able to highlight details within the presentation. So you can see here, I've got a lot of highlights in this presentation already. So if I needed to clear them out and start from scratch, see where the clear all button is up here? Click on the clear all, click yes, and then there we go. So what I'd like for my volunteers to do is just go ahead and start clicking on, or touching, I should say, areas within the presentation so that you could use your mobile device to highlight areas within the presentation. So let's see how our volunteers are doing. So this is Pam's, and let's see here, this is Marlene. So if you could go ahead and just start touching. I know there's not a lot of data in this particular presentation, but if you can go ahead and just start using your mobile device to touch certain areas to highlight it, that's the purpose of this exercise. And let's see here, there's Kimberly. Kimberly, can you click on, how about the purchase price? Click on the purchase price. All the way up at the top there. I know you're clicking on things. There you go. Good job, Kimberly. So you got it dialed in. And the video, some of you are asking about the video that's attached to the presentation. I have played those. They are down here in the bottom right-hand corner. Your borrower, just as another example, as they're scrolling through the presentation, you can see it moves. They can actually be watching the presentation or how the video that's recorded, they can be watching that and listening to it as you're scrolling through the presentation as well. So Kimberly and Marlene included those videos. And if you take a look, here we go. Let's see how if we can get somebody else to it. Now, Sherry, can you start highlighting? Again, I know this is a strategy template that you created, it looks like, but if you could go ahead and touch particular areas within this presentation, just so that you can get that highlight. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to review that one time, because it looks like there might be a disconnect there, and I want to show you folks how you can do this feature. So I'm going to walk you through all the way back, and what I would encourage you folks to do, one of the easiest ways to practice this is send yourself a presentation, open it up on your computer or any other piece of technology, and then drive it using your mobile device. So you'll drive it using your mobile device, and then you can see how when you're highlighting details from your mobile device, what it does to the screen from what you're able to watch. That way you get some practice in, just like anything else. The more you practice it, the smoother it's going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go all the way back. So it looks like there was a little bit of disconnect there. I want to make sure everybody understands how to do this. So client area, and again, the presentation that we're utilizing, or that I'm utilizing, is right up here at the top. So all I have to do is click on that, and then I could go to total cost analysis, and it's live reporting. You click on live reporting. That will bring you to this particular page. When you get there, what you're going to do is you're going to go right up to the summary area. And then this is where you can go ahead and start clicking on different details within the presentation to allow the borrower to see those key areas. Because remember, you could be proactive and point out the key areas within the presentation that you think are the best fit for them, or you could respond to their questions. So Kimberly was able to do it. Let's see if we can get a few more doing it. And if you could just start highlighting any details here. And Pam, I don't know if that's an old highlight or a fresh one. If you could click on the payment, go ahead and give it a shot. Just so we could see if you're able to do that. And Kimberly, good job in doing that. Okay, so I'll give you folks an opportunity to practice that some more, but I want to go ahead and keep moving because we have a limited amount of time, and I want to make sure that we show you how you can edit key features within your Mortgage Coach presentation right from your mobile device. So I'm going to go ahead and pull mine up again. All right, let me go ahead and go all the way back. Okay, so let's say you get a call from a client. Let's say that you get a call from a client and on your presentation, you have a particular, say, purchase price, and they're ready to write an offer, and the realtor is advising that they need to update that purchase price, and you don't have a computer at hand. It's going to be a while before you can get to a computer, and you want to go ahead. Your borrower's asking you, I need to make sure that I'm able to afford this payment. What are my numbers looking like? Can you revise presentation? Don't have that computer. All you need to do is locate the borrower's presentation. I'm going to click on the FHA versus conventional again, and you can see the button right up here at the top. See where it says Edit Client? Go ahead and click on that now. Any of the details within your mortgage coach presentation that you need to change to accommodate your borrower's request, you can do that right from your mobile device. So the tabs that you're accustomed to seeing in your mortgage coach account, oops, looks like I got kicked out there. The tabs that you're used to seeing to navigate within the browser, let me show you the difference of where they're at here. So here's the FHA versus conventional presentation. These are the tabs that I'm referring to. This is how you navigate through the mortgage coach browser down here by going through these tabs. On the mobile version, well, where are those tabs located? Right up at the top. So you can see here, I'm going to scroll through these just so you can see. And in this particular case, I'm going to go to that. We go directly to the product tab. Click on the product tab. You can see I have the two product options. And what I'd like to do is click on FHA 3.5% down. And you can see the purchase price is $280. So let's go ahead and revise that. Say that upon the realtor's advice, they're saying that it needs to be changed to $290. So I'm going to go to $290,000. Oops, let me clear that out. $290 and click done. So you can see the purchase price now has been changed. I'm going to go to my second product option. There again, you can see my purchase price is $280. Let me go ahead and clear that out, type in $290 and click done. So now my borrower, just make sure that you advance to another page, just like the browser, so that that data gets refreshed. It performs all the necessary calculations and that data has been saved. So now my borrower is going to be able to see what their payment's going to look like at $290,000. So I've served them right by my mobile device. I didn't even need to have a computer. So there you go, Sherry, good. Okay, so now she's starting to use that template that she created and she's putting in the purchase price. So you can see you could do that right from your mobile phone. And let's see here. I don't remember, Kimberly, if your purchase price was $280 and then you went down to $260. But however you need to revise this, and I'm just choosing purchase price. Maybe it's a bigger down payment, an interest rate. You have the ability to edit any of the key details that your borrower needs right from your mobile device. And Marlene, if you could just put something in your purchase price, that would be great. I mean, just some kind of a data in there. All right, and then Pam, we've got 300,000. So I don't know if you revised it to that. I should have took a look before that, but you have the ability to, again, to change anything that you need to right from your mobile device. So I recorded each of these steps. And again, I would encourage you folks, just grab your mobile device, send the presentation to yourself, open it up on your computer, and then just start driving the presentation, start changing details so that you could see the effect and also see, how much time it takes to make that particular change so that you're aware of it, so that when you're working with your borrower and speaking to them, just like I'm trying not to do, is I'm not trying to get too far out ahead of you so that your borrower can follow along right along with you. And again, utilizing the live reporting feature is a great way to help your conversion, utilizing Mortgage Coach, but it could be as simple as just sending them a presentation with details highlighted and a video message and not using it. But the key is know your borrower and what they're capable of doing, so that you get the maximum impact in the way that you've shared your presentation with them. Okay? All right. Okay, let's see here. Got a question. Okay, how do you access the recordings that have all the different workshops in them? I've sent a playlist out via email to everybody. I've sent it out a couple times. I'll be sending it out again today or this week, just letting you know that the new video has been, or the new recording has been added to your playlist. All you have to do is click on that playlist link, and that has all of the workshops that have been completed for Fulton Mortgage on there. It's your own company playlist, and you can go back and you can watch these. Like I said, hit the stop, rewind, what did he do? How do I do that again? And then that way it's easier for you to go at a pace and a time that's convenient for you. Okay, let's not forget about, got another question in here. When you're doing the live presentation, can you be recording video at the same time? Okay, good question. So what you're going to do is you're going to record the video, and you're not going to be. I think what you're thinking, and I'm trying to picture this, is that say you're actually on the video like I am now, and walking the borrower through the presentation and clicking it. That's using another format like Zoom, where you could be on the video and then walking it through them. So the video that you record is it's like a recorded message that's attached to your presentation. It's not going to be live time. Good question though. Okay. All right. So let's not forget about our Realtor partners. So we want to go ahead, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click off of my volunteers presentations. And once I click off these presentations, you folks should start getting an alert notification sent to you. I'm going to go ahead and click off of them. And if you could confirm that you received the alert notification, my volunteers, if you could just go ahead and raise your hand when it does. Remember also, when you take a look at your app, for those of you that sent over a presentation, when I go all the way back here, you should now have a view today. So you'll have one view, at least, of one report. Perfect. Sherry raised her hand. Good. So you got that confirmation. Awesome. Okay. So let's not forget about our partners. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you a sample presentation of what a digital open house flyer presentation looks like. So let me go ahead and bring that up. And I'll share with you some ideas as to how you can utilize this. And we're actually going to have a workshop on how to do this and how to build these. So we're not going to take a deep dive into the digital open house flyer. Look at this as maybe a preview of how you could utilize it. And for those of you that want to get started on using them right now, I'll show you the resource here real quick. So if you click on the help button within the Mortgage Coach advice engine on the browser, if you click on the help button up here, and this is a good resource for you if it's after hours and our support staff is not available for you. But if you click on open house flyer, or you click on help, and then you just type in the subject that you're looking for. So I'm clicking in open house flyer, and you can see different ones pop up here. I'm going to click on this one, collecting data and filling out an open house flyer presentation. You can see some FAQs pop up, as well as a YouTube tutorial. So for those of you that want to start utilizing these right now, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat area for you. There you go. So that you can click on that and learn how to do the data entry to build one. So let me share with you what it looks like. Let me go into the partner area now, and I'm going to click on, let me do Amy Realtor. I know that's probably one that you have in your account, and I'll click on live reporting. And this is just a preview of what it's going to look like, and then we're going to take a deeper dive in how to build these. And I always choose the one without the pictures. Let me get one that has pictures in it. We try Jane Realtor. I want you to see the pictures because you can include a couple pictures on the presentation. You can also, it's a co-branded presentation. So there we go. Okay. Let me make this nice and big as well. So you can see that there's a couple pictures of the home. They can toggle, they can click on the little buttons there and see the different pictures there. Let me go ahead and clicking on it. There we go. So you get a couple different pictures of the home. It's co-branded. It's going to have your information as well as your realtor partner's information over here. If you take a look at the property features, they can click on that, see the different amenities of the home. Let me come ahead and go back. And of course, as a mortgage professional, you can provide different financing options, up to 4 product options on your digital open house flyer presentation. All the same details that you would see in the total cost analysis. Let me go ahead and come back. And the thing that I'd like to point out is that this presentation can be shared with the people that cycle through the house in a digital format. So Android users, you'll have a share button up here. Apple users, what you'll do is you'll click on your virtual business card, and then you can see the share link up there. So the way that this could potentially benefit both you and the realtor is that when you share it digitally, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be sending it to somebody either via text or email. So whomever is at the property, whether it's you, the realtor, or the assistant, they could share these presentations digitally to the people that are cycling through the house. And by sharing it digitally, you get a valid email or phone number that gives you the opportunity to follow up on. So it's a great way to help you generate leads in the process as well. It's co-branded. You can add a video presentation to it. It's a real easy way to be able to share and support your realtor partner in a digital format. And we'll go over this in greater detail. We actually have a whole workshop on different realtor presentations, and this is just one aspect of it. But I wanted to share with you what it looks like on the mobile and introduce that to you. And then if you want to go ahead and start, you're an early adopter and you want to go ahead and start utilizing them, click on that link in the chat area, and there's a YouTube tutorial that'll help you. Last app. So I've got about 5 or 6 more minutes remaining in the workshop today. I want to cover RateWatch with you. So let me go ahead and come back. Click on this. And our second app that we're going to be focusing on in our workshop today is the RateWatch application. So if you haven't downloaded that yet, you're going to want to get that downloaded just as soon as possible. And when you go to log in, it's the exact same credentials. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And let's take a look at where the market's at. This is a way that, you as a mortgage professional have the ability to share. I'm going to go to a different time horizon here. You have the ability to share with your realtor partners and your borrowers what's going on with the mortgage-backed security market, which controls interest rates. And it's a way for you as a mortgage professional to differentiate yourself from your competition, because you get asked repeatedly, what's going on with interest rates? Which direction are they going? You can simply take out your mobile device from your back pocket, your bag, and share this with your realtor partners and your borrowers. You can see the share button here. So you could send the presentation or the screenshot of this to your realtor partners or your borrowers and share it with them either via email or text. Now, if you take a look right now, we're currently down 18 basis points, over 18 basis points from where the market opened up. That's why the screen has the red background there. When we're in positive territory, the screen would actually be green. And consequently, since we're in negative territory, the potential for interest rates to increase is there. Each company adjusts their interest rates based upon how the mortgage-backed security market is trading. And this will give you a way to see what's going on with the mortgage-backed security so that you have the ability to, potentially take action when needed. Also, a way to demonstrate that you have technology at your fingertips that you could share with your borrowers and your realtors, and again, differentiate yourself. Well, I have this tool that helps me monitor what's going on with the mortgage-backed security market. So again, it's red, so we're currently down. I'm going to click on the parameters area here, up here at the top below my battery signal, and I'll share with you, you can make adjustments. So maybe you want to track a different agency. You don't want to track the Fannie Mae 30-year, or you don't want to track the coupon at 4%. You can make adjustments with that. You can add an analysis to it as well. Say you want to have a 10-day moving average appear on your bar graph. Well, you can see the blue line there, that's representing a 10-day moving average. Go to the parameters again. Let's say that you want a longer time horizon. Maybe you want to see not 10 days, you want to go back, say 3 months. And there you go. This is a 3-month look back, and I'll take it and I'll rotate the screen this way. Looks a little bit better here. So this is a 3-month look back, and this is a way that you can educate your borrowers too, is that you might have started shopping for homes back in here and then found the home, and now it's time to lock. Things change over time. So it's a way of educating the borrower. Rates are not stagnant, they change. In fact, they change on a daily basis. And I'm going to show you the day watch. Let me go ahead and rotate my phone back this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the menu bar up here. And I'm going to click on the day watch. When I click on the day watch, this is what's happening live time, moment by moment. If you take a look, this is where the market opened up. And then unfortunately, we've drifted downwards, and we got to the point where it actually triggered an alert notification. So you'll get alerts anytime the market has shifted 15 basis points or more. That's what that yellow dot or that yellow diamond that's appearing on your screen there is indicating. And this is moment by moment. So here's where the market opened up. Here's where the market's going to close. And you could point out the peaks and the valleys, educate your borrowers. Just like a gallon of gas, you pull in one day, pull in the next day, it might be a different price. They change on a daily basis, sometimes many times throughout the day. And as I mentioned, that's an alert notification. Let's go back up to the menu there. You can see that we've already had one alert today. We might have more as the day progresses, but you can see the direction of the alerts and when they occurred. Edge views, anytime somebody views your Mortgage Coach presentation, you'll get an alert notification sent to your RateWatch app, which again, it could be helpful for you because if you're out and about, you get an alert notification. Now you have a choice to make. Do I want to call the borrower now and see if they have any questions about the presentation I sent to them? Or do I want to just make note of that and make sure to follow up with them maybe at a later time? Oftentimes when I share the RateWatch app, the reaction from the mortgage professionals is that, I really don't know much about the mortgage-backed security market. I originate loans, that's my focus. You have experts in your back pocket. You have 3, you have Doug Wilkin, Dan Rawich, and Neil Trinnery. And I would encourage you to read each of their daily updates because they're going to be sharing with you certain pieces of economic data that are going to be released and potentially what it's going to, how it's going to affect the market. So you don't have to be the expert. You have 3 experts in your back pocket or your bag, and you could share that information. And I encourage you to read each of their commentary because you're probably going to find that you're more in alignment of how one of these experts presents information. Read them all, but you might find that you're more in alignment with one particular one and utilize that person as a resource. Scrolling down a little bit further, you can get a quick snapshot of the different lenders that participate in our pricing survey. You can see here, it's almost 50-50. Some of our lenders are pricing for the better. Looks like the majority for the worse. So depending upon how you're pricing today, you can play offense or defense. And then the settings area. This is where I'd encourage you, you first log in, go in, get yourself set up to receive alerts via email and text. So that way you're keeping connected with what's going on. And if you find that you're getting overwhelmed with too many alerts, you could dial them back. So you have complete control of the type of alerts and the frequency of alerts that you get. So there you go. So the next time that you get that question that you've been asked, probably hundreds, if not thousands of times, what are rates doing? You can say, that's a great question. Here, let me show you what's going on with rates. And take your phone out, show them, share the screenshot with them, because then you're going to get a valid email or phone number. The other thing it's going to do for you is it's going to separate yourself from your competition, because you're demonstrating that you have a tool that most mortgage professionals are not utilizing to track what's going on with the mortgage-backed security market. Follow it up with a sample total cost analysis with a video. Hey, it was great meeting you at the barbecue this weekend. If you ever need any help with a mortgage, all my contact information is on this presentation. I'd like to build a custom presentation for you when the time comes. And please share this with anybody else that could use help with a mortgage. So it's a way for you, again, to separate yourself and to help you generate business. I know we covered a lot of information with those two particular apps. I hope you get those downloaded to your phone as quickly as possible if you haven't already done so. And more importantly, I hope that you get the practice in and utilize them when your borrower needs things from you. Revisions changed, adding videos, because it's very convenient. Very convenient to be able to do all that from your mobile device. All right, guys, that's all I had. I'll be happy to hang out here for a moment or two longer if you have any questions. And again, this is recorded, so you'll get a copy of it. Just look for your email with the playlist. I'll send a reminder out about our next workshop coming up next week. And looks like I do not see any additional questions here. So we're right about the top of the hour. We'll go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Have a successful week, and we'll be working with you next week. All right, take care. Bye-bye.